Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again. So today I will be talking about, how to save time. So how to be working a little bit more quickly in our salons, considering that time is an issue. So you know that time is fundamental in terms of operating costs. So in a few days or weeks, we will have the possibility to reopen our salons. So the key question is, how can I meet customers' demands or requests? Of course, I won't have, the same time I had until, some weeks ago. Once again, there will be many customers in our salon, but of course, we won't have the same, let's say, frequency. We won't have, let's say, at least at the very beginning, soon after reopening, we don't want to have confusion in our salons. So once again, how can I make customers happy, being at the same time in compliance with the rules? Well, one key thing I can do for you is one of the key projects from Framesi, so the Framesi Fast project. Now, Framesi Fast is basically a list of services in the salon. So this depends on what we do. Coloring or toning, shading, or many other services. So, of course, it has to do with highlights in general. And we have to save time. Yes, we can save time. Just imagine, the average time for 4 services, so color plus lightening or toning plus blow drying. Well, maybe those who really have a long experience, it's 1.45 hours, maybe 2 hours. And if you are slower, well, it may take more than 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. So with this kind of project or this kind of service, we guarantee the following. It will take 75 minutes. So in 75 minutes, you can deliver the same services. Of course, everyone is different, okay? So the speed, our individual speed is different. Some of us can do, 2 blow dries in 1 hour. And then, there are many other examples for many other services. Now, in this case, time is not, depending on a poor quality. The thing is that if it takes the 2.5 hours for you for these services, you can save 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours or 1.45 hours. If you act very quickly in doing these services, you will save 30-40 minutes. Now, if you consider the working day, usually for a professional hairstylist, if you have your own business, we do work 10 hours, maybe even 12 hours a day. So just imagine how many minutes you can save. This turns into hours, and this turns into smaller, lower operating costs. Costs are very high. Or even if, we've been confined so far, I don't think you are interested in free time or leisure time for the time being. Okay, so the key strength is this paper, Strike 4. Okay, let me do like this so you can read the name of the product. Okay, this is Strike 4. It's a special paper, a very special paper, I should say. It absorbs the heat, and this means that the heat absorbed by paper turns into a quick process, so quick coloring process. So what is developed inside the paper dramatically reduces the processing time. Now, usually the color that I use, for example, out of this paper, I may also use another type of paper, for example, plastics or even foil. Well, usually processing time is 15 to 20 minutes to have a complete process. But inside this paper, it takes 5 minutes, okay, to have exactly the same service. So we save 15 minutes. So, for example, if you want to, shade or, for example, if you just want to, give strength to a lock, well, instead of 20 minutes, the service will be 5 minutes only. This is another specific situation that we can face. Of course, I'm talking about lightening. Now, in this case, the process is much longer. So if I use foil For streaks or highlights or balayage, it may take 30 minutes. Well, in this case, I have a 5 minutes process with this paper. Now, this is possible because this is the thermal paper. So this is what happens. You need to put the product inside this paper. Thanks to heat, you will develop a stronger reaction. So oxidation is done very quickly. The paper absorbs, let's say, the negative part of heat. Here we have 180 to 200 degrees centigrade generated by the straightener, and all of this is reduced, while in foil, the temperature increases. So once again, we reduce the processing time and we have more quality. So what really counts is the product we will use inside, and I will tell you what we use in a few minutes. We have two different types of paper. This one is the XL version. We have a smaller version as well. And this is what we need for, let's say, toning or shading services or even partial services. So this is the format of the paper. Okay, let me unfold it for you so you can see how it is made, so partially or completely opened. So inside the paper I can have 1, 2 or 3 colors. So this is a complete technique. 3D chromatic layering, so one tone or color here, another shade here, another one here. I will wrap it up like this, and then of course I use the straightener. At the end of the video, I will show you some of the works or the services that you have done. This is what we have received from hairstylists from every single region from Italy. So this is an incredible tool. I will reduce processing time, so you may want to color or you may want to do some other services, for example, lightening. Inside, this color family, you have plenty of products that are really able to save you time. An important product which is included into our color, let's say, portfolio. Many stylists are familiar with this product because it was very successful. This is from Color 2001 Intense. What is this? Well, currently we have 34 different colors, and they are very strong. They are able to color very quickly. They reduce processing time, but this is not the typical so-called time color. Usually when the market received this kind of concept, many timed products that you could find on the market had a major, let's say, disadvantage. If the processing time was exceeded, basically they turned your hair into very dark hair. Now, Color 2001 Intense is not doing this because we have, strong colors. Once again, processing time is shorter. The cuticle opens very quickly, and the pigment is perfect from the ends, to the roots and vice versa. So because of many reasons, for example, I have no time to rinse. In this case, I remove the negative effect of the color becoming darker, even if the process time is 35 or 40 minutes. This is the average processing time for an ordinary color to cover difficult, hair. So the advantage is good coverage, less time, and you have no drawbacks if the processing time is longer. No stains. You can cover white hair with the base, but also without the base. This product works very well with the base, just like many colors that you can see here. But, at the same time, even if you have no base, it covers white hair just by, mixing one or more shades or using it independently. This is from Color 2001 Intense. It is basically one piece from Color 2001, one of the most successful products from our company. So here we have 34 shades. They can be mixed to the current 110 shades of the other family. So you have a complete portfolio, you reduce the processing time, and you have very good results. Well, another strength of the fast project. Now, if I use this product for the roots to cover white hair, I mean, the process is 20 minutes long. So at the same time, I can create highlights. So 35 to 4 minutes for colors and highlights. I will then rinse. I will have the final styling, so it takes 75 minutes, more or less. So it is perfect for the surface I mentioned before. Inside, I mean, this paper, I can already include some shades for the toning part of my service. I can already include, let's say, specific nourishing and coloring effects at the same time. There's another product that we can use in order to speed up the process with or without paper. The name is Eclectic Toner. So eclectic toner, okay, here they are. Basically, we have 7 different shades or toners. So you can see red, you can see pearl, and then you have beige, gold rose, copper, honey, apricot. So 7 different shades. Now, these shades have an acidic pH. This means that they have the possibility to tone the hair by regenerating it. So they're able to regenerate and restructure the hair. You have a complete advantage of, let's say, a quick, fast, let's say, coloring. 5 to 10 minutes for the service. I use this product with our, developer or activator, 5 volumes up to 15 volumes. To do something like this, very beautiful pearl effects, or this one here. This is, apricot or copper. So once again, from 5 to 10 minutes, we can tone the hair very quickly. At the same time, while doing the color, well, we can take advantage of the processing time. We can do the toning. Maybe you have the intense for the base or eclectic toner for the ends. The difference between the two products is that one contains ammonia, the other one does not. There's another fantastic product that you can find here. This is a new generation product that you may want to have the right, let's say, a time-saving opportunity. I mean, this is one of the fundamental, ingredients for you. I'm talking about From Color Extra Charge. Now, From Color Extra Charge, well, this is a direct pigment. You have 6 different shades. And now this is chocolate. Once again, the pH is acidic. Here we have no alcohol, no amines, and basically it doesn't open cuticles too much. It works on the external part on the cuticle. So this means it's very quick acting, great result. You can use the product like this, pure, diluted in shampoo, in the water, or directly on the ends when you do a color treatment, or after perm if you want to, nourish and, fill the hair to hide white hair. You can use it at home against the possible regrowth. Now, this is what you will experience, between different services at the hair stylist. You can also use it in summer to refresh the color a little bit. So there are many, many possible applications of this product. And this is what we want to do to recharge, if you will, hair. Once again, 6 shades of chocolate. Here we have copper. We have cinnamon. Here we have red. We also have yellow and other shades. Okay. Let me do something very simple for you. So I don't have any model here because of the containment regulations. So if I had to repigment, the hair of one of my customers, so in the salon, she will need or want to change her color, and I have to do very quickly. This is what I do. So some grams of red pigment, just some grams, as you have seen here. This is at least a half a liter of mineral water. Of course, if you have 100 ml, so 0.1 liter, of course, you will use even less grams than I did. Okay, this is just to show you the strength of the product. This means I have the opportunity to shade or tone the hair, so from blonde to copper. It's okay because I'm using red, so red on blonde hair, it means copper. I will then dry the hair with the hair dryer. So this is a repigmentation process. You can do this with many different colors. It depends on the condition of the hair, and then how much you want to fill to move to the following color. So very small, simple solutions, but this can be very useful in order to save you time. I think that the key strength, having to do with lightening is the lift in an instant. So this is Strike 4. So Strike 4 is the paper. Let me tell you about lift in an instant. Now, this is a service to really enrich and empower your salon. So you can have a beautiful, effect. You can have, streaks or balayage or highlights. So all the techniques that you may want to create inside the paper I've shown you before, all of this is possible. Of course, you need a decoloring agent. Now, this is what I'm telling because, of course, we guarantee a perfect service for your hair, so top quality, but you have to comply with some rules. Using the paper, as you've seen before, together with the right products. Now, this is the main, let's say, decoloring product. So it reaches up to 6 levels. It's a very soft, gentle product. It can also be used for pickling, let's say, services. It comes with shimmer. Now, shimmer, I'm looking for it. I think I have a bottle right here. So this is a product we have launched 4 years ago. Sorry, it was behind the PC. So this is the shimmer. Now, shimmer is basically 30 volume oxygenated water with very special features. It contains, well, of course, the hydrogen peroxide together with plenty of vitamin B5. It's a very strong quantity, as if we had to use it for a mask. So we have water, and then we have hydrogen peroxide and panthenol. So once again, a large quantity of vitamin B5. So this means a good moisturizing effect when you decolor the hair. Okay, so this is 30 volumes plus the decoloring agent. I will protect hair, during the process, and I will guarantee a fantastic result also in terms of toning. Because, in 90% of cases, when you have a Strike 4 shimmer and no dust, hair is quite, shaded or toned. It does not need any further, process. So a wonderful lightening. It contains stabilizers, so the lightening is stable, no degradation after the treatment or after the service. And we also have PDP filters. Now, these filters basically give you the glossy, shiny look to your hair. So the system I was talking about is the ideal solution for highlights or, many other, let's say, lightening services in total safety. I will show you some videos, as I said before, to tell you how you can do this. We can also reapply it. So once you use the paper and you have used the straightener, you may want to continue. So once again, it's a sort of a touch-up, just like ordinary highlights. The difference is represented by processing time. So you have 1 minute inside the paper. I use the straightener with 3 different levels, which is guaranteed. If I use the straightener again, I can add 2 or 3 extra levels, okay? So you reach the level you want, or the customer wants, actually, by touching up all the time by using the straightener. Okay, this is it for today's presentation. I hope that was clear enough. Once again, thank you so much for your attention.